Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well. It's Carla here. I just wanted to do a quick reading and apologise. I missed out on this week's reading reveal. This is the first one I've missed out on since I've started doing it. So I've been feeling really unwell and also been really busy. So I've just had to take care of things in my personal life and all that sort of stuff. So along with that, there's been some major shifts taking place. Sorry if it's going in and out of focus. Try to get back in. So anyway, what we have here. The first thing that comes to me is gasping for air. And it's in the giving and the receiving, and in terms of the giving and the receiving, I feel like this is a lot to do with the shadow self, all the darkness, the creepy crawlies that are coming out of nowhere, and coming out to bite or just to say hello. So odd little things that you maybe perhaps felt that you dealt with, and they've either been coming back up and they've been coming up back up for you. And this could be also you noticing how well you're dealing with things differently to how you once dealt with things before, and not really putting up with anything less than you actually truly desire. This is in terms of relationships and in terms of yourself. So sacrificing, it's almost like sacrificing yourself for love. But in your entirety. So in terms of sacrificing yourself for love, this is really talking about being raw, being vulnerable, and allowing yourself to be loved for who you are in your rawest form, and in no other way. So not really accepting anything less, but you're just putting yourself out there. You're opening yourself up to love, to vulnerability, and to all things joyous. And I really feel like it's almost all this shittiness that's kind of going on, this like the darker energies, the heavy energies. It's just like having to give into them, and just surrender to the whole process. So if you're not already doing that, I feel like that's what we're being forced to do at the moment, and I feel like it's happening whether or not we'd like it. um, but yeah, it's a real acceptance for what's going on. You know, we've had the full moon, the solar eclipse. We got Mercury in retrograde. There's not, sorry, 6 planets in retrograde at the moment, which means that we are all being faced to go within. So we're all copying it at the moment in some way, in terms of like having to amplify ourselves, like just be raw, be vulnerable, and face our inner things. So there's triggers coming left, right, and center. When they do come, just notice them. You're noticing that like they are coming up from the past, that they do need to be released. So just surrender to it. Work out what it is that you need to do that will best suit your needs. And so for me, that last week, that was being very, very sick, and I still had a big function on the weekend, which I had to cook for, and it was a personal thing. And it was the most amazing day ever anyway, but the amount of stress that came up with that was so full on. And being sick as well, I really had to give in to the process and allow others to help me, and that's not something that I ever would have done before. And so just as an example of the things that are really taking place at the moment, they're very, very big shifts. And just to really acknowledge them, and allow yourself to go with the flow, and to have gratitude for all that's happened. So today, now that the whole process is over, I feel so much gratitude and so much love from everyone, and and I'm going to actually do a gratitude crystal grid to send out to the universe, because it was really hard, a really hard few days, but so amazing all at once. So many amazing blessings came out of that. Such love came out of the weekend, and I'm just really grateful for it. So just remembering to have gratitude, and remembering that everything is happening to serve us, for our highest good. And sometimes it really doesn't feel like that at the time. It really doesn't. Some of you are really enjoying this energy. um, and it's because you are allowing yourself to be free, to be wild. It could be like amplified love in your relationships, like synchronicities, things, allowing yourself to express who you are. So it could be that you're receiving like gifts from your partner, or you've been wanting to hear some amazing things from your partners, expressing love and gratitude to each other. And that's exactly what's happening at the moment for some of you guys. Not for everyone, of course, but yeah, for some of you, it's been really quite a magical experience, because you have seen you've seen the had the ability to open up, and you've seen the blessings of it. For those of you that are struggling with the energies, finding them really intense, there's exhaustion, there's contemplation. I said that before. It actually says it on the card. So here we go. So awareness, contemplation, solitude, time alone. So take some time out. Have some respect for what you're going through for yourself. Have some time out. Just allow yourself to process your emotions, to be happy, be free, be grateful, be graceful, and acknowledge those around you, and allow people in to help you if you need that. I know a lot of people are getting sick at the moment. They have been getting sick due to all the transitions that are taking place. But a lot of you are starting to receive further information and further guidance, and it could be coming in terms of like major, like, it could be in terms of headaches, major shifts are taking place within your crown chakra and your third eye, um, and your throat. So all your connection to spirit, like the upper connections. So crown chakra is at the top of the head, and it is your connection to source. So when you're getting headaches and things like that, know that it's your communication to spirit is opening up and freeing you, which is a very beautiful thing. But sometimes it can really hurt. But there's gifts in everything, as we already know, and sometimes it's that darkness that we have to go through in order to come into the light. Sorry, I've got my dressing gown on. In order to come into the light, so this darkness, this harsh energies, I feel like we are coming to an ending of this. Maybe not quite yet, but it is coming up. We're coming out on the other side. And we're coming into the lightness, and we're coming out much stronger and much more accepting of things than we ever were before. Because when you go through these dark times, you always have so much gratitude when things do get better, and things become really exciting, because we go through these ups and downs all the time. But what's really happened is we've been going through the death of the ego, of the ego mind, if you can see that skull there. So the ego mind is it's the like your brain trying to keep you safe, right? So you make all these all the fear, the loneliness, the negative, lower vibrational emotions, that's the ego that causes us to feel those emotions and try to keep us safe as well. safe from turbulence, all that sort of stuff. So these shifts that are taking place, that they are destroying the ego, and they're teaching us to work from the heart and work from our desires, and really find out and embody and embrace what's really important to us. And that's all that matters. What's important is what's in the heart, and it's those that you love. It's the partnerships. It's the romance. It's what's in the action. It's what's in the heart. The giving and the receiving. The feeling whole within yourself. You know, it's it's pure love, heart energy. So that love that you feel, you know, with another person, the love in the connection that you feel is what we are embracing within ourselves, and acknowledging within ourselves. And that's why it's so important to choose yourself first. Sorry, just got a message. It's so important to put yourself first. So when these tests come, and really think about it, like what are you putting yourself through? What are you forcing yourself to achieve, and why, and where's it coming from? And you can put those questions into place with anything that really is exhausting you, that shouldn't be. And so just acknowledging, of course, yeah, the old templates, the old ways, the old behaviors. Like I said before, for me it was in like having to get things done on my own, and having to achieve all these things, and that goes back to my career, and my old career, like cooking. And you're taught to do so much and have to achieve so much in such little time, and you have to sacrifice everything, sacrifice your entire life, for cooking. And that's what you're taught that you have your passion and your desires, and that's what goes into cooking. And that's why they say you have to be passionate about it to enjoy it. And you just really can't afford to be throwing yourself away like that. And that's a major shift for me that I've had to learn, is that I don't want to throw. Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't. Everyone's calling now. Having to throw away yourself, your life, for someone else, or to show off your skills, or to sacrificing yourself for anything, really, it's not okay. And yeah, so that's, for me, that's what's been coming up. And so many things about worrying what people will think, and all these sorts of things, and they're really not important. And so it's just important to check yourself. Okay, I feel like I'm possibly mumbling on. So we'll see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to say there. So they're just saying that you need to just make sure you take care of yourself in these times. So again, your telepathy is opening up, your connection to spirit. A lot of people are becoming much more aware of the planetary shifts, and how important they are for us, and the emotions and the traumas that come up through the shifts. So how important the full moon is, and all that sort of stuff, and what actually happens when the planets come together. I can't say that I'm any expert on it whatsoever, but I am learning, and they are important. And again, many people are starting to understand that. And I think it's helping people. I think it is helping everyone to sort of understand the capacity of what's going on. So again, just allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to be loved, to express yourself, and just allowing yourself that time out when you need it. Okay. So taking care of yourself, like drinking lots of water, having a day in bed if you need it, calling in your sisters, your friends, and just allowing yourself the time and the space that you need to evolve. And this card's just come out as well, freedom. we're coming into strength and strength within ourselves. So being vulnerable, you can see my dog walking past in the background there. being vulnerable, expressing your emotions, all this kind of stuff. Like it gives us so many different aspects to who we are. The hard times bring through the light, um, and bring through the joy, and bring through so many different emotions that make us who we are. Um, and so it's about embracing the, sorry, I'm trying to get it into focus, about embracing the reality that sometimes things get hard, and it's all for a reason, and it defines us. Like, these things define us for the people that we are. And just not allowing yourself to get overwhelmed by the current energies. And yeah, again, like acknowledging the emotions that are coming up that are old and that are no longer necessary. And if you've got cards, like keep your cards close and ask for messages when you need them. Connect into spirit when you can. Make sure you're protecting yourself, and notice the signs and the synchronicities, because they really do help. They help you to move forward. They really shift your perspective. They shift your mood. They help so much. Yeah. So love yourself. Love yourself first. Everything is coming. All greatness is coming. Great love is coming. Great happiness is coming, and great freedom is on its way. And I'm sorry it's blurry. There we go. So thanks very much. And again, I'm sorry that I've disappeared. um, but much love to everyone. If you'd like to book a reading or a healing, you can email info@colorsreadings.com.au. You can also private message me on Facebook or Instagram, or comment below and let me know how you're going. Interact. I'm back, baby. Okay, bye.